Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. Okay, I want you to imagine something for a second. Imagine you've just finished your vocational training. You've got your hard-earned diploma right there in your hand. And the very next day, you pack your bags and move to a totally different country for an amazing new job. Sounds great, right? Well, the best part is, you can actually do this without being stopped at a single border.
Now, you might be wondering, how exactly is that possible? How can you just pack up and work anywhere in Europe without a visa and without waiting in those super long lines at border checks? What's the secret behind this incredible freedom? Okay, let's dive into this. The answer is something called the Schengen Area. Basically, this is a massive border-free zone. The countries inside it have completely gotten rid of internal border checks. Now, here's a really interesting fact. The Schengen Area is not exactly the same thing as the European Union. Some non-EU countries, like Iceland, Norway, and Switzerland, are actually part of this border-free zone. On the flip side, some EU countries, like Ireland, have chosen to stay outside of it. It's kind of like a special club.
All right, let's move to Section 1, Opportunities for Your Future.
Let's look at what this border-free zone actually means for your daily life and, most importantly, your future career. For young professionals like you, this freedom is an absolute game changer. It literally means you have the right to live, study, and work across borders without a ton of paperwork. Let's say you train as a mechanic in Italy. Well, you could easily take a job at a garage in Germany without needing any special work visa. It makes traveling and shipping goods so much faster, which creates more jobs and builds really strong economic ties for all of us.
Because of all these fantastic everyday benefits, almost 70% of Europeans actually say the Schengen Area is one of the EU's greatest achievements. It's way more than just a legal agreement written on a piece of paper. It really shapes our modern European identity and how we go about our daily lives.
That brings us to Section 2, the Security Challenge. Now, obviously, a world without internal borders means you need very strong external ones. So the crucial point is finding that balance between freedom and safety. Think about it. If good people can easily cross borders to work and travel, bad actors can cross freely too. This amazing openness definitely brings some real security risks with it, like illegal migration, cross-border crime, and human trafficking.
And this creates a pretty tricky geographical challenge. Countries that sit at the very edges of the map, especially southern European states like Greece, Italy, and Spain, they carry a massive load. Because of current European rules, they are usually the very first points of entry for irregular migration. This creates an unequal burden. Because of that, teamwork across all of Europe isn't just nice to have, it's absolutely essential to manage the pressure.
Which leads us nicely into Section 3, Solving Problems Together. To tackle these really complex issues, European countries have to team up. We're doing this by building what we like to call invisible borders. First up, there's ETIS. This is a quick digital screening system that actually checks travelers before they even leave their home country. Then, we have the entry-exit system, which collects fingerprints and facial images right when people arrive. And finally, there are shared IT databases, like the Schengen Information System, that cross-check all this data instantly. These high-tech digital tools work together to spot potential threats, keeping everyone safe without slowing down your travel.
And this brilliantly illustrates how the different teams actually work together to protect this zone. First, we have Frontex, which acts as the border and coast guard to secure those outside edges. Then, there's Europol, functioning basically like a giant European police force to tackle serious cross-border crime. And we also have the judicial network, connecting judges and lawyers so criminals can't just escape justice by driving across a border into another country. It's all about problem-solving through tight-knit cooperation.
Finally, let's look at Section 4, the future of Europe.
With all this teamwork in place to protect us, let's bring it back to what this means for your future. It's really important to know that in extreme emergencies, countries can still hit the pause button and temporarily close their borders. We all saw this happen during the COVID-19 pandemic to stop the virus from spreading, right? Member states can also do this if there's a serious terrorist threat. But remember, this is strictly a temporary safety measure. The main goal is always to work together, solve the problem, and open the zone back up as quickly as possible.
Ultimately, the Schengen Area is just a powerful symbol of European cooperation and openness. This amazing teamwork perfectly balances safety with freedom, and it directly empowers your future. As you finish your education and build your professional skills, this massive, borderless zone is just waiting for you. So when you finally hold that vocational diploma in your hand, where will your new skills take you first?